Tampa comes, I dive head first into the content, same day edits, same day uploads, all the way up through freaking Sunday.
And literally having to hunker down and get on the computer and edit all this to have it out released the next morning. I mean, you guys don't understand, it takes a lot of time and a lot of work. It's very, very life consuming in a way.
Working off that nervous energy before the Tampa Pro.
We're bringing it back to Texas, baby.
It's pretty much bodybuilding in a nutshell. You'll get really hairy and you'll get a lot of guys that are really impressed with you.
We're talking about stories and stuff, but part of what made the content so good was the fact that I have such a good kind of rapport with everybody.
Yep.
You know, it's not like I'm there. It's like they're acting like their buddy's there, and then the buddy just happens to have a camera. I think that, you know, it's not fancy editing or anything. It's just the fact that these guys are all being themselves.
Yep.
That's the key.
Nick is the homie, man. Like, what he said is absolute truth. You know, you are our friend. You know, and it's like, you know, we know that you're there to just capture greatness, man.
I mean, this was kind of an off week. It was a super intense week, but it's like you said, it's a marathon. I'm not going to let it get to me.
Yep.
So all I got to do is regroup and know what I want to do, why I want to do it, and then hit the ground running again.
Exactly.
Here with John, I got my lesbian shorts. I got my fro again. So.
Yeah, buddy. Fucking pro, dude.
But yeah, that's what happens.
Shit.
That's what happens when you let work take off, because I legit get high from work and I just chase the high and I forget about Nick. But anyway.
I'm gonna let you talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and
he's gonna let me talk.
I'll feed off of you.
So I'm gonna take the reins here. So I got off course a little bit. Tampa happened. We made a lot of hype going into Tampa. Tampa was the first open bodybuilding contest after the Arnold. So we got a lot of hype, a lot of content, a lot of stuff weighing on this, and a lot of momentum to kind of reap, you know, because all our efforts went into, you know, hyping Joe, John, Hunter, and Brian going into the Tampa. So Tampa comes, I dive head first into the content, same day edits, same day uploads, all the way up through freaking Sunday. So finally back here. I was able to hit 3 workouts. I was honestly, I was missing a lot of meals. I trained with John yesterday, and it feels like I'm gonna have to take a couple of weeks to get actually my strength back.
Yeah.
So
that's normal, though.
Yeah, that's normal. So, but what I mentioned to John is that it's like, that's cool. I didn't eat like an asshole. I was somewhat balanced. There's a lot that I implemented this week that, you know, that I built up with John. So in terms of, like, you know, being able to socialize with Hunter, have a piece of pizza, have a couple of drinks, and I was able to fit in some workouts.
Right.
So that was good.
That's the major key, man, is that you've developed those good habits over the last few months that we've been doing this together, to where, you know, and that's what we want, guys, because you know, life isn't always going to work in this, you know, perfect you know, scenario where we have total control over everything. I mean, you know, when you're at that level that Nick is, and like he mentioned, he was having to, I mean, he was having to literally, I mean, he was just following around Hunter, you know,
Following y'all's asses around too.
Here as well. No, I'm just, you know what I'm saying, when you were in Tampa. Yeah. But, you know, gaining tons and tons of content, you know, with Hunter and I, Joe, Brian, like he mentioned, and literally having to hunker down and get on the computer and edit all this to have it out released the next morning. I mean, you guys don't understand, it takes a lot of time and a lot of work. It's very, very life consuming in a way. So, you know, that's why we develop those good habits, so that we don't allow these moments in time where, you know, we necessarily aren't going to be able to focus on the training and stuff like that, because if he were able to, he would have obviously done it. But when you're on that sort of time crunch and you have those kind of deadlines available, it's tough. It's going to be super tough. The whole idea for this is to develop a lifestyle change.
What are you doing? Shaving my arms because it's arm day, and I don't want to look like a hairy Wolverine Chewbacca in video today. Just look how fucking hairy I am. This is like 5 days ago. Sucks. But I also can grow a good beard, so it's, you know, give and take.
Bodybuilding. It'll make the hair everywhere but the top of your head grow faster. And it'll make all the guys really impressed with your big muscles, but girls won't be impressed with them. So it's pretty much bodybuilding in a nutshell. You'll get really hairy and you'll get a lot of guys that are really impressed with you.
I don't want to like undershoot this. Like the guy, Nick was super busy. You know, normally Nick and I will talk every day, but I mean, we barely even spoke because he was just in the work. You know what I mean? And that's whenever I know to leave Nick alone and just let him do his thing. Because once he's ready to get back to it, then we hunker down and get shit done. You know, so it's like, let's move that into a scenario within your own life, you know, where, okay, like I mentioned, things aren't going to be perfect. There's no, you know, we're not going to have total control over it, but we can always do our best in those moments. You know, in hindsight, we can always look back and see, oh yeah, we could have did this better, this, that, and that, whatever. But honestly, I don't even want Nick to even think about it that way. It's just, what's done is done. I hope that he enjoyed every single moment. So, and then, yeah, and that's the most important part. And then of course we can look at ourselves and reassess and see like, all right, yeah, we maybe gained an extra pound. Whoop-de-freaking do. You know, things could have been much worse if he didn't do these things prior to it, right? Where he would have probably been, you know, having a little bit too much going on, a little bit, I don't want to use the word too much fun, but you get what I'm saying, is like, you know, we let ourselves go. But that's what I thought was beautiful about this time, was that Nick didn't do that. You know, because I can see him, obviously, you know, the progress is still there and he still feels great. You know, the energy is still good.
Yeah. Energy is amazing. I think that's been the major takeaway. Obviously, it's easy to overshadow with what's in front of you. If I'm showing you abs and stuff, yeah, you're gonna see the abs and not the mental effect that this whole thing is going. Well, maybe you can just from the way I'm talking to you. If you revisit episodes 1, 2, 3, 4,
yeah,
you know.
The level of confidence definitely wasn't there how it is today.
No,
so
I'm a fucking boss these days.
I love it. I love it. But guys, that's the learning lesson through all of this is like, you know, when times are tough and the situation isn't the most ideal, we need to just continue to do our best in those moments. You know, make the best decision when it comes to our food, our nutrition, make sure that we're staying hydrated because number one, especially during these crazy times, it is very, very, very important that we take care of our health. You know, we want to make sure that we're allowing for our immune system to be working as optimally as possible, making sure you're getting plenty of rest, you know, and staying active and just doing everything that we need to be doing for the reason that we want to be able to respect ourselves, respect our bodies. That should be the main focus with all of this. Because once again, that's the end goal for the lifestyle, is for us to continually treat ourselves better, because in the long term, it's going to reap crazy, crazy rewards. And it's going to allow us to live a much more fulfilling life, that we're not fucking sitting around, you know, having people take care of us because you didn't do what you needed to do in the early years of life.
Oh, yeah. None of that. No, but I think part of what, you know, we're talking about stories and stuff, but part of what made the content so good was the fact that I have such a good kind of rapport with everybody.
Yep.
And it could be, you know, it's not like I'm there. It's like they're acting like their buddy's there, and then the buddy just happens to have a camera. I think that, you know, it's not fancy editing or anything. It's just the fact that these guys are all being themselves.
Yep.
That's the key.
Nick is the homie, man. Like what he said is absolute truth. You know, you are our friend. You know, and it's like, you know, we know that you're there to just capture greatness, man. And he's the best at it.
So it's all about that story, bringing it to you, and it's all about your own story and applying whatever you learned from John in this series to yourself, you know.
Exactly.
It's all about mentality, and then everything else falls in line.
That's it.
So where do we go from here? We regroup. I'm gonna have to send him pictures now.
Yep.
I got a new place where I can, you know, set up my my camera tripod and send him check-in pictures and really hunker
the
down.
weigh-ins, making sure that we're staying on point with everything. You know, one of the big keys is obviously to be 100% honest with me as well, which Nick always is, and I can always appreciate that, because that from there, I'm able to make the proper adjustments in order for us to continue moving forward in the right direction. You know, the biggest key for anything when it comes to fitness, and this is what I like to do for all of my clients, is to make sure that we're eating a good amount of food. We feel freaking great each and every day, because that's going to allow us to be able to give the most and get the most out of every moment, every gym session, every cardio session, you know, just your daily life as a whole. And that's what we're going to do. Go ahead.
So I was listening to this really cool YouTube podcast thingy, and it was cool. It had to do with the journey and the destination, and that's exactly what we're doing. Probably what a lot of y'all are doing, and it has to do with it. Like I mentioned that the word earlier, neurochemical.
Yeah.
And dopamine. This is the fact here. Dopamine. It gets released when you attain goals, but it also gets released on the way to attaining goals. So you getting your cardio session in and building up towards something, or you getting, you starting your training session, or, on the way to something, am I making sense?
Absolutely.
So it gets released during the process, and also once you attain the process, once you attain this goal. So I just thought that was a really cool fun fact, and it just kind of solidifies that it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. So I thought that was really
100%.
cool. Yeah.
The journey is everything. We have to always live in the moment, because we can sit here and just think about the end goal, right? Bodybuilders tend to do this a lot, but and they forget to live in the now and forget to enjoy the current state where we're at each and every workout moving forward. And that's the beauty about the people around us, like Joe and Hunter and myself. It's like, and having Nick to be able to capture all this, it really truly does allow us to enjoy the journey, because it is a beautiful thing, and that is what leads to the greatness that ends up being the final destination.
Okay. And then it's just a platform to keep going, I think.
That's it. So, but shoot, we good?
Yeah, we good.
All right, man. So I love this video today. I'm glad that Nick was able to share his experience, and and we can obviously give this to you guys with each and every episode moving forward. But yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to our channels, like the video. Everything's gonna be in the description box below. And until the next episode, peace.